Alright, y'all, welcome back to another trade recap. Today is Wednesday, May 27th. And yeah, as you'll see by the title, I took a loss. But before we get into the trade, I do want to come on here and say there is, y'all see, I haven't been active on here, right? I've been busy these last couple weeks, graduations and stuff, it's around that time. So I've been traveling a lot, just doing a lot of things, and I haven't really traded that much. The last time I posted a trade recap was when I traded. I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago. I don't remember when I haven't been active, even on TikTok too. I kind of took a little break, a little 2 3 day break, just because I've been so busy, right? But now I'm back. I finally took my first trade today, and unfortunately, it was a loss. But I just want to put that disclaimer out there because I just been busy, guys. I've been busy, but that's no excuse, right? I got to get back on my shit. Everything's out the way now. Birthdays, graduations, everything's done. So now I can just fully lock in on trading, fully lock in on social media, just fully lock in on just life, and just try to take that next step, right? But obviously we're not off to a good start. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So today, I did go short. So this is my entry right here. I did go short. So I'm going to do bar replay so I can show you what I was looking at. Okay. So I'm gonna go 930. So as y'all see already at pre-market, we're dumping, right? We have London low, which is a good draw. So what I wanted to see was, okay, London low, we're obviously gonna sweep it on ES first before NQ. At least that's what I had thought, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and skip one 5 minute candle. Okay. Boom. So this is market open, right? One candle, we skip. Boom. We still haven't taken out London. I'm going to go ahead and skip to where I take an entry, right? Okay, boom. And then we end up taking out London on both ES and NQ. So we had no SMT. So now I'm thinking, okay, now I think we can possibly either keep going up, rebalance this range, or we're going to keep dumping down to this, where's it at? This low right here, which is the next prominent low, because I didn't see us dumping anywhere else. Like if we were going to keep dumping, I thought we were going to keep going lower to this low, and then even the new week opening gap that we had created on Sunday. So those are my draws if we kept pushing lower, right? And that's exactly what happened. So okay, I'm skipping to where I take an entry. So we make a 5 minute gap right here, right? Where I marked out, made a 5 minute gap. We're still pushing lower, right? Boom, we sweep liquidity, and this was my first mistake. So I kept targeting shorts. Yeah, we kept moving lower, but there's no prominent low, right? Yeah, I said these are my draws, these other lows, but we swept out London, we swept out PM low, and we had this big move, right? So even though we did retrace, like I'm going to show, we retraced into this 5 minute, we retraced, boom, and this is actually where I take my entry. So now I go down to 2 minute. You see 2 minute inversion, right? Skip. We inverse it clean, right? But I didn't get in right here as soon as we inverse it. Now I'm gonna go down to the 1 minute and show you my precise entry, what I got in perfectly on, right? So right here, I saw this. I'm like, okay, boom. I was gonna take it to the swing low. I wasn't gonna take it to this other low down here, for like over 100 points. I just want to take my profits because I haven't won in so long. I haven't traded in so long, just to get back in the groove, right? I wanted to just take my piece of the pie, but when this inverse happened, I waited. I was patient, right? So as soon as the closure happened, I wanted to see a retracement into the inverse. And even if we retrace into this gap, I want to see us respect it, and then I'll get in, right? I want to be real precise on what I was taking. Okay. So let's go to skip. We pumped up, right? I'm like, okay, cool. And I had seen we had equal lows. So I'm like, ooh, this is actually really clean. I actually fuck with this, right? So we skip, tap this gap, right? I see we tap this gap. I'm like, okay, this is my condition. If we have a good reaction out of this gap, have a little displacing candle lower, I'll get in. And that's exactly what happened on this next candle. We respected it. Boom, displacing candle right here. I got in right away. Got in, and now my new break even. I was gonna go break even at this gap, but my new break even was these equal lows, right? Break even at these equal lows and target. Boom, the swing low. A good 1 to 1.8, which is a good risk to reward, guys. Great risk to reward. But unfortunately, NQ had other plans. We went up. Boom, got stopped immediately within the first candle. This next candle swept this high, I think, or we end up sweeping this high. Let me see. Swept that high, and then we end up making my move to where I had originally had the draw, right? Boom. So yeah, guys. I mean, it was an unfortunate loss. My draw was correct, but I said this on my TikTok. I think if I don't have a prominent draw, so like after London got taken and even PM lows, I should have low key just got off. And I feel like every time I don't have a valid draw when I take a trade and there's no like London high, London low, Asia low, previous day high, I always tend to lose. And even going back to my old trade recaps, I was watching my ones from when I went on the winning streak, my even my Notion journal. I was going back and looking, and literally every winning trend that I had a draw in like where I was targeting. So for example, if I was going long, I had London high or previous day high or Asia high. Whichever one of those three, equal highs too is another strong draw. Three, like at least one of those is always gonna be my draw, and that's every time I would target. Yeah, I might take profits at like a random swing low, but my overall draw for the day was that prominent high, the London Asia. If y'all get what I'm saying, right? That's my whole point. Is what I'm saying is every time I don't have one of those draws, I tend to lose. And even these last couple weeks that I've been losing, All most of those trades, there's no prominent draw because we just been at all time highs. We just been pushing up and up, and I'm still trying to catch a trade just to keep pushing up, and I'm taking losses because why? There's no draw, and I feel like that's the base conclusion that I can come with. Yeah, this trade would have worked out. If this would have worked out, maybe I wouldn't have. This wouldn't have happened, but I'm kind of glad this happened because it's kind of teaching me, like, drilling in my head. Only take a trade when there's a prominent draw. I know other people can trade conditions like this. Probably people probably took a win in this day, like today. They took a one. Like, bro, I can't even speak. Hold on. My bad, guys. I'm getting pissed. But some people probably took a trade and won today, which is fine. Like I said, everybody has different strategies. Everybody has different ways to win. And I feel like mine, where I perform at my best, at my peak, is whenever I just wait to see if there's a prominent draw that day. If there's not, then just get off the charts and come back another day. I need to start doing that. I need to start focusing on, like, I need to make money this day, even though, like, PA is moving, but there's really no draws. So, um, yeah, guys. I mean, that's pretty much all I got for this trade recap. I mean, it was a pretty simple trade. I thought it was a good trade. Confluence wise, it was a great trade. Like, I wouldn't ask for, if this had a draw, this would have been A plus. Like, I have a good draw like London low, that would have been an A plus trade. But I can't be upset at this trade. Great confluences. The only thing is, it just had no draw, and that's what I gotta, like, fix. Only take a trade when there's a prominent draw. So, yeah, that's enough yapping for today. Make sure y'all go follow me on TikTok. I'm starting to get back active on there for my little break, but I promise y'all guys, I'm starting to get active again. I'm gonna stay active, and yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe on this video. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one.